Shimano has just launched the world's first gravel and adventure riding specific group set, Shimano GRX. Here it is. Now in this video, I'm going to give you a first look at it. I'm going to go through all the features and options, there are quite a lot, and crucially, I'm going to explain what makes it different from a road specific group set. But before I do any of that, if you appreciate our content, then please subscribe to the channel and also click the bell icon to get notifications, as this really helps support the channel.
Shimano GRX is the first group set that is specifically designed for mixed surface riding, gravel and adventure riding on drop bar bikes. The fact that it exists at all is a testament to the growth of this kind of riding. Being able to take your bike off roads, allowing you to explore and go on adventures is great fun and comes with an amazing feeling of freedom. Essentially what you have is Shimano's road group sets merged with its mountain bike ones. And firstly, there are different tiers like other group sets. So you've got RX 800, RX 600 and RX 400. Kind of think of it like Shimano Ultegra 105 and Tiagra. Now RX 800 and 600 are both 11 speed and RX 400 is 10 speed. This is the RX 800 mechanical group set, and along with the RX 600 version, it's both available in a 1x11 setup that you can see here, but also with 2x double chain sets as well. Now the 10-speed RX 400 group set is only available with 2x chain sets. Oh, and there's also a top of the range electronic version with Di2 called RX 815.
There's loads of cool and interesting tech built into the new group set, which I will now explain. Firstly, the levers. They've been completely redesigned. And this is because Shimano did some research and they found that riders preferentially are in the hoods rather than the drops when negotiating descents and technical sections on gravel. So, they've improved the braking when you're in the hoods, and they've done this by raising the pivot point of the brakes 18 millimeters, and it means you have even greater leverage when riding in the drops too, making one-fingered braking easier. Riding in the hoods is actually something I found myself doing when I was in Iceland. There's a revised shape to the hoods and the levers as well for better ergonomics in that sort of off-road riding situation. And you've also got a textured pattern on the hood and a matte finish on the lever, which is designed to give a bit more grip, so it's less slippery when wet. There's also servo wave technology borrowed from Shimano's top-of-the-range mountain bike group sets in the Di2 levers. These are the mechanical ones, and the servo wave technology results in a non-linear brake pull. The idea is that when you pull the lever, the first part of the lever stroke is quicker, and then when it engages the brake pad, it comes on slower, and this is designed to give you greater modulation when braking. However, the calipers and the discs are essentially the same as what you'd get on a Shimano road group set. You can use the mountain bike disc rotors if you want, but they're just badged up differently with the GRX logo on there. Interestingly though, you can fit inline cyclo-cross style brake levers on the tops now if you want, which in a hydraulic group set, that's really cool.
We need to talk about gears because there are loads of different options. Essentially though, what you have is easier gears than what you find on most road bikes, and this is designed to help with riding off-road on rougher terrain, perhaps up steep, short climbs, or when the bike is loaded up with kit. Also, you have a bigger spread of gears than you find on most road bikes too. And this is designed to help with mixed surface riding, because sometimes you might need to go or want to go faster because you're on tarmac, and then other times you'll be off-road.
Our bike is fitted with the 1x11 drivetrain, and we've got a 40-tooth cassette at the front, but thereth also a 42-tooth option if that's what you want. And at the back, I've got an 1140 cassette, but again, there's an 1140 two-tooth. And you can use other Shimano cassettes as well. Any 11-speed cassette will, in theory, be compatible, so you could use an 1130 if you wanted. And the rear mech has been completely redesigned as well, so I really like the way this looks. It kind of blends the aesthetic of Shimano Ultegra with their mountain bike tech, and you've got that sort of direct mount linkage and the long cage, but it looks really cool. And it also has a clutch built into it as well, similar to the Ultegra RX rear derailleur we did a video on last year. The clutch is there to keep the chain tight and stop it slapping when you're going over bumpy terrain. And as mentioned, there are Di2 and mechanical options, and the 1x rear derailleurs like this one have a longer cage on them to accommodate that bigger spread of gears in the cassette. The 2x rear derailleurs are officially rated up to 34 tooth cassettes. If you go for the 2x option, you've got a choice between two chain sets, a 4831 and a 4630. And a good little tech nerd fact for you here, 4831 is the biggest spread or range of gears that Shimano has ever offered in a chain set. Cool. There's also another interesting bit of tech about it. So the chain set and front derailleur are actually shifted outboards by 2.5 millimeters to be precise, making them slightly wider. And the idea behind this is to give you greater tyre clearance potential and also improve the chain line with those wide-ranging cassettes. It's a very similar feature to the boost concept that you find on some mountain bikes, but with that, the cassette is also shifted outboards as well. And that's not the case here. You just use a standard hub, a standard cassette, easy. But you do need the specific front derailleur because it is shifted that 2.5 millimeters outwards. Essentially, the GRX front derailleurs are exactly the same in terms of their mechanical workings as the road ones. They're just shifted slightly outwards. And this means that GRX has a slightly wider Q factor than the road group sets. The Q factor is the distance between the pedals. It's 151 millimeters here rather than 146 millimeters on the road group sets. Now, Shimano reckons that this helps with greater freedom with frame design and also helps stopping your heels catch the chainstays as well. Overall, the key differences in the new group set are as follows. You've got 1x and 2x options. You've got a bigger range of gears at the back with a wider spread in the cassette. You've got a revised lever design on the brake levers and also improved ergonomics on the hoods. You've got a clutch-equipped rear derailleurs and you've got offset chain rings at the front. Anything else? Oh yeah, if you've got a redundant left-hand shifter, such as we have with the 1x setup, you can use that to control a Shimano dropper post. Shimano now has some dropper posts. Cool.
As for weights and prices, well, at the time of making this video, the pricing is still to be confirmed. But as mentioned earlier on, the RX 800 top of the range is said to be roughly equivalent to Shimano Ultegra, which should give you an idea of what you can expect. Regarding the weight of RX 800 mechanical and Di2 group sets, they're roughly similar to Shimano Ultegra. So for example, the chain set is a little bit heavier. The 1x chain set we have here is 655 grams and the 2x 4831 tooth version is 722 grams. If we compare this to Shimano Ultegra with a compact chain set, 5034, that's claimed to be 676 grams, so there or thereabouts. As for the shifters, well, there's a bit more difference there. So for the Di2 gravel shifters, they're 565 grams for a pair, and this is compared to 458 grams for Ultegra Di2 shifters, so about 100 grams. The rear derailleur is much closer though. So the GRX rear derailleur we have here with the clutch built in is 251 grams claimed versus 248 grams, so just 3 grams, for Ultegra RX also with a clutch in.
So there you have it. I hope you found this video informative. And if you have, then please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And let us know in the comment section what you think of Shimano's new GRX group sets, and also what gearing option you'd go for if you were speccing it on a bike. Now, to watch another video on Shimano's clutch mechanism that it has here in the GRX mech and how it stops you getting chain slap when riding over bumpy terrain, we've got one in more detail down here.